Hi, I'm Pasco Pam, your catalyst for transformation. And don't you wish the spiritual path or whatever your journey is in life was just paved oh so smoothly? Don't you just wish that? Well, that's not how it works. And here's the deal. As you go on your spiritual path, as you become more aware, and yes, the joys are more joyous and the happiness is a deeper happiness, our bodies keep score of what happened in our past that wasn't so good. And as we consciously expand, as we become more aware, unfolding who we are and realizing the truth of who we are, being our authentic self, there is the body that needs to catch up with the expanding consciousness. And what do I mean by that? If things are processed, and emotions are processed in the body, and there are events and things that we've suppressed because we're spiritually expanding and we're on this path of joy and happiness, we still need to process some of those emotions from the past. And it's because they are stuck, so to speak, in the places in our bodies where we have moved them out of the way as we continue to grow and expand on our spiritual path and continue to move towards what it is we want to do, what it is that brings us joy. So if we haven't processed those emotions completely, and I know they still come up for me, that's what's going to happen on the spiritual path. And all emotions are good. This is why we're here. It isn't that we want to avoid those icky situations and events that happened in the past, or that we don't want to feel sad ever again. It's just that we need to embrace all of it without judgment and without attachment. That's one of the biggest goals on a spiritual path. I know that's part of mine, is to allow those things to come up and say, I am not resentful, but I'm feeling resentful when that event from the past comes up. And maybe it's something where I need to just break down and cry. Maybe it's something where I just have to feel that pain that I avoided when it did happen in the past. And as I'm embracing that, as I'm feeling that, I actually feel more expanded than I was before by suppressing that in my body. I actually feel like there's some space in me and my body to be able to be open and free to embrace what it is that's coming next in the present moment. Okay, so it's actually processing it out to make room for more, to make room for whatever life is bringing to me to help me grow spiritually, to help me expand consciously. And if there are some really deep things that need to come up, that's when you call a professional. The one thing about being in this human life is that we are here in community, depending on one another to help us on our journeys, whether we really believe that or not. That's really what's happening. Even if we just call a friend and just talk something out, it's that processing of our life experiences with someone, whether they're a professional or not. And then it's that letting go, because the truth is that's not who you are. You are not anger, you are not resentful, or you are not pain and not being hurt. You are not even all joy or all happiness. It's just all emotions that are coming through your body, and it's your body that processes that stuff. Like I said, the body can keep score. More often than not, it's a negative score. It's not really, we do remember those positive things, but we will remember something that's negative much more than a positive, because that's just the way our brains work, because our brains are trying to keep us safe. There's parts of our brains that say, okay, I learned that lesson, now I'm going to stay safe. That's why you might hear somebody say, you know what, I've gone through a divorce. I am never getting married again, you know. And that's also a choice that's in there. But the brain is also involved saying, ooh, wow, pain, get away, you know. So it's very good to feel all your emotions. They are not good or bad. They need to be processed out of the body so that you can move on, embrace and expand with the more of life. I've always talked about the more of life. And part of that is being open in the present moment to be curious and to say, okay, this is happening. And to feel the emotions. You can be observer, the witness, and feel it both. It's just how willing are we to let go of those things from the past that no longer serve us. So I want you to think about that. What am I not willing to let go and I'm keeping in this body that's preventing me from experiencing more of life, from unfolding and being more of who I am authentically? So think about that this week, and I'll see you next week.